Alright, gentlemen and ladies, this is WaterDog24, welcoming you to the last edition, or the last episode for at least a year, of the series of the white boxes here, of the From the Vault Realms. I forgot what I actually initially called this, but we have From the Vault Realms, and here's the last one, the mystery white boxes, yes. Oh, I put that in upside down. Well, yes, I have already opened the white boxes and looked at them, and I have just slightly taken them out of their boxes just to look and read the papers a little bit. Didn't memorize it because I've had these sitting around for about 2-3 weeks. Anyway, so we have all these 15 cards here. The premier one definitely is Dryad Arbor right here, which is a really, really cool card. I like it. And, of course, we have the raised text here. And once again, it's slightly raised in here, slightly textured. But we have some really nice cards in here. You can, I don't know if you can definitely see and read it, but you got Urborg, Tome of Yawgmoth, Maze of Ith, and we have Dryad Arbor in here. Maze of Ith, and this was originally printed in the set The Dark, and that was initially $50. This one is currently going on Star City Games for about $40. Urborg, Tome of Yawgmoth, I think is about $20. Dryad Arbor, it might be about $10. It's $5 if you get the original Future Sight version, which isn't that fancy new weird looking one. Which, I don't know if they're ever going to move to that, like in another 20 years, or if they're going to keep it the way it looks, but they did change it around the new millennium to be how it looks now, but they could always change it again at some point. Let me just take this out here. And I'm going to actually set that over there, like I did with the rest of them. I'm not going to open that yet. I'm going to take this out. I'm going to get my hands on this. Okay, it's a little loose in there, but that's okay. We have a giant opener here. It's got the story behind the cards. And this is the first time ever. I have to take this off here for a second. Oh, by the way, I've got all my Fat Pack stuff lining the wall there. Cool. Anyway, right here, we have a giant poster of Dryad Arbor, the new artwork, which is one of the things about it. They revised the card so it didn't have that new look and made it look a little bit more like a land. And they redid the art, and apparently the art is like a super amazing thing, but we'll get to that and look at it. Now, Glacial Chasm, I'm gonna say Chasm, I think, is, it was the artwork of that. It was originally what they used to preview the From the Vault Realms to show this is gonna be a really cool thing with lots of nice artwork. And the artwork is, I will have to say, phenomenal. So, without further ado, let me just put this to the side so I can look at the names and they put it back in alphabetical order. Thank you. Alright, just put that off to the side. Now this is a really nice spin down here. You have the relics, no, sorry, you don't have the relic symbol. You have the Realms set symbol there on a red spin down with gold numbering. And I'm going to pull out all the spin downs later so you can look at them side by side, but this is a really nice set, and they brought back the red pull tabs. I like that. Thank you, Wizards, because the Legends was a bit painful to open. Alright, so I'm going to start on this side with the Urborg Tome of Yawgmoth, which was originally printed in Planar Chaos in 2007. It's a legendary land. Each land is a swamp in addition to its other land types. So this would be kind of nice for a commander deck, I think. As long as it's legal in commander, it would be pretty nice, because if you had black plus another color, then you could cast swamp stuff. So this is nice. Of course you can't tap it, but it still makes everything else a swamp. Oh, I'm not going to do that. that's what I had to do before. I'm going to pull the red tab, slide them out. Put that there. Okay. Orborg Tome of Yawgmoth. Already went over that. And that set symbol is really nice and shiny. They really shine these up nicely from the vault sets. Now we have Ancient Tomes. I guess I just opened like the tome pack or something. Where Ancient Tome was printed originally in Tempest, which was 1997. October 1997. And of course, this was February 2007, Planar Chaos, but yeah, 2007 for Planar Chaos, 1997 for Tempest. But Ancient Tome, tap, add 2 to your mana pool, and it deals 2 damage to you. So it's like a bit of a shock land, except it doesn't come in tapped. It doesn't come in upright, and you pay 2. Whenever you tap it, it gives you 2 mana, which is more than the shock lands, but it also deals 2 damage to you. So that could be interesting. Now we have Boseiju, who shelters all, another legendary land. And this one's from Champions of Kamigawa, October 2004. It enters tapped, so your next turn you can tap and pay 2 life, and you add 1 to your mana pool. If mana is spent on an instant or sorcery spell, that spell can't be countered by spells or abilities. So that's a pretty nice one there, if you're doing a lot of instants and sorceries and such. Alright, now we have Cephalid Colosseum, which was originally printed in Odyssey in October 2001. You can tap to add blue to your mana pool, and it deals 1 damage to you. Or with Threshold, you pay 1 blue and you tap it. You sacrifice it, and a player draws 3 cards, discards 3 cards, and you activate this ability only if 7 or more cards are in your graveyard. Alright, so that would be kind of useful if you're trying to find something in a deck. If you're trying to tutor to something, and you have stuff that you don't need or wouldn't be useful at the moment. Alright, now this 5th one in this little pack is Desert. You tap to add 1 to your mana pool, or you can tap it, and it deals 1 damage to target attacking creature. You can activate this ability only during the end of combat step. So if there's like this 3/3 and you blocked it with a 2/2, then it's 3/1 at the end of combat, and you can tap this, deal 1 damage to kill it in the end, which is a pretty nice card there. Some people think it's not a really great card, and they didn't think it should be reprinted or anything in this, but I don't know. I think that could have its merits and uses. Or perhaps if a 1/1's attacking you, can go ahead and hit it, as long as you have that. Alright, so those were those 5. And Desert came from Arabian Nights in 1993, in December 1993, and Time Spiral as a time-shifted card in October 2006. So there you have that. I'm going to save this one for last, so I can set them back on top. Now, when I first said I was going to do these, I was told that Star City Games had already done it. I had watched the Star City Games ones, and I like some of Evan Irwin's work, but for the most part, all he went on about when he unboxed the Realms was how great the art was, and what a wonderful card Dryad Arbor is. I will say Dryad Arbor is a very nice card, being a forest and a 1/1 creature at the same time, so you can play it as a forest and a 1/1 creature, but it's got Summoning Sickness, of course. But you already start out with like a 1/1 creature as a forest. But it is nice art, I will grant him that, but there's a lot more to this box than just, oh, how amazing the foil art is, the alternate art, the shininess, and Dryad Arbor, because there are 14 other cards. I mean, if that's his favorite one, that's great, but I think there's a lot more to this box than just one card and how great the artwork is. It's also the cards themselves that are printed. Alright, so we have, Dryad Arbor was done in Future Sight in May 2007. Now we have Murmuring Bosk, which is from Morning Tide, February 2006. It's a forest, but it also enters the battlefield. You can reveal a tree folk card from your hand. If you don't, it enters the battlefield tapped. Otherwise, it comes in regular. And you can also tap it for white or black mana, and it deals 1 damage to you if you choose one of those. So, it's mainly green, but you can also do white and black. So this would be pretty good for like a white, black, green commander deck, actually. Alright, Shivan Forge. Wait, I'm remembering Bosk. I said it was from Morningtide, yes. Okay, now we have Shivan Forge. Shivan Forge is from Urza's Saga of October 1998. It's legendary land. You add 1 to your mana pool, or you can pay 2 and a red, tap it, and deals 1 damage to each opponent. So this would be a pretty good card for multiplayer. So I would probably do like a red-black multiplayer deck and have something like Elbereth the Binding Blade in there. You get a 13/13 that gets 13 +1/+1 counters added to it. So this would definitely work with like a nice multiplayer deck, and I was just throwing out another idea from another multiplayer deck or combined. But that's a pretty nice card there for a multiplayer. Now we have Vesuva from Time Spiral October 2006. And you may have Vesuva enter the battlefield tapped as a copy of any land on the battlefield. So you can copy your opponent's land, you can copy your land, whatever you want to do with it. So, this is a pretty nice card. Alright, now with the next card in this one, we have Windbrisk Heights from Lorwyn of October 2007. And it has Hideaway. It enters the battlefield tapped. When it does, look at the top 4 cards of your library, exile 1 face down, and then put the rest on the bottom of your library. You can tap it for white, or you can pay 1 white and tap it, and you can play the exiled card without paying its mana cost if you attacked with 3 or more creatures this turn. Alright, so the last pack in this box, we have Maze of Ith, which is a very nice card, and it's probably why people were selling from the Vault Realms for a lot more than the 35 MSRP, because this is a $40 card. Alright, so Maze of Ith came from The Dark from August 1994, 1 year after Magic started. Alright, you can untap target attacking creature and prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to and dealt by that creature this turn. Alright, gonna go ahead and pull this open. Maze of Ith. That's really nice artwork there. It's like a cool castle wall sort of maze walls. It's kind of neat there. Alright, so now with the next card we have Forbidden Orchard from, let's see, where is it? From Champions of Kamigawa, October 2004. You can add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool, and whenever you tap it for mana, you put a 1/1 colorless spirit creature token on the battlefield under your target opponent's control. Of course, it doesn't say a spirit creature token with flying, but every time you use it, you give your opponent a 1/1 creature. Alright. The next one, Glacial Chasm. Cumulative upkeep, you pay 2 life. So your first time, or your upkeep after you play it, you pay 2 life. One after that, you pay 4, then 6, then 8, since it's cumulative. Alright, so when it enters the battlefield, you sacrifice a land. And creatures that you control can't attack, but you prevent all damage that would be dealt to you. I don't really see much of a purpose for this if you can't attack. And you prevent... Oh, wait, actually I do see a great purpose for this. This would be very nice for a black-red, modern, creatureless burn deck, actually. Because if you can burn your opponent more and they can't damage you, and you just pay 2, 4, 6, 8 life repeatedly. Of course, you don't have many turns, but that could help for a little while. Alright, Grove of the Burn Willows. It is from Future Sight, May 2007. You add one colorless to your mana pool, or you can add a red or a green to your mana pool, and each opponent gains 1 life when you use the red or green ability. That's a really nice card there. And then last but not least, we have High Market, which was from Mercadian Masks of October 1999. You add 1 to your mana pool when you tap it, or you can tap it and sacrifice a creature and you gain 1 life. So there you have it, the last video for at least a year of the From the Vault series. So you have now seen all 5 ever printed. Alright, see you guys later.